Your favorite influencers are scamming you and y'all are eating it up. I swear every day I'm on TikTok, I'm scrolling by at least a dozen undisclosed advertisements for things from like beauty products to healthcare supplements to that damn shadow work journal that y'all would not stop plaguing my feed with for like 5 months or something like that. Sorry, I just get a little bit worked up about that shadow work journal in particular because that was particularly annoying. But while that's frustrating on its own, what's even more frustrating is seeing you all gassing people up in the comments for undisclosed advertisements. It's always, oh my gosh sis, I didn't even realize this was an ad. You ate, you ate, you ate. And babes, if your faves don't start disclosing their advertisements and their gifted content, the only thing they're gonna be eating is prison food. Because the FTC has very clear guidelines on disclosures for sponsored content, and a lot of your faves and the companies and agencies that are supporting them are just looking the other way. And I kind of understand where the viewers are coming from when they gas up this kind of content. Because as someone who's on the cusp of being Gen Z and millennial, I think our age range is really hyper aware of how important sponsored content is to allowing our favorite creators to create. And that makes me pretty tolerant and even supportive in a lot of cases of when my faves get brand deals or PR packages. Heck, as someone who's received PR, I know how exciting that is to get. So when one of my faves gets a sponsorship, I watch the whole thing and I interact with it because I know those metrics are important when securing future brand deals. So part of me feels bad for even calling out this behavior because ultimately, as creators, we're all just fighting for crumbs when it comes to brand deals, but I also know how unethical it is to make undisclosed content and I can't just ignore that. So let's explore the world of undisclosed ads and how we as consumers and creators can do better. Before I get into my gripes about undisclosed advertisements, it's probably a good idea for us to all be on the same page about what is considered sponsored content, or what the FTC refers to as endorsements. And spoiler, it's probably a lot more than what you initially thought. According to the FTC, creators need to disclose when you have any financial, employment, personal, or family relationship with a brand. So that includes things like monetary compensation, free or discounted products, other perks from the brand, or any sort of value that's given to a creator to mention a product. So this includes not only paid partnerships, but also stuff like PR hauls, product placements, affiliate links, and so on and so forth. So when you're seeing videos where creators are just conveniently placing their little nutritional greens on the screen during a vlog, or even using an audio that they've been paid to use, those need to be clearly and obviously disclosed. Which doesn't mean just like tagging the brand or hiding hashtag ad at the bottom of your tags, because for video content, the FTC says, if making an endorsement in video, the disclosure should be in the video and not just in the description uploaded with the video. Viewers are more likely to notice disclosures made in both audio and video. Some viewers may watch without sound and others may not notice superimposed words. And now that you all know this, I bet you'll notice a lot more content on your feed as advertising than you initially thought, because there are so many creators that are violating these guidelines on a daily basis. So now we gotta address the elephant in the room, which is capitalism. So unfortunately, making cool and interesting content alone isn't usually enough to pay the bills. So sponsors play a key role in content creation being a viable career at all. Or having like rich parents, but that's a conversation for a whole other video. So influencers are basically dependent on sponsors and brand deals, and the more conversions that you make, the more that you're gonna get paid. But on the flip side, and especially amongst Gen Z, we don't wanna be advertised to like at all.
We do not care.
A lot of us don't even want brands interacting with us on social media, so the goal for many influencers, influencer marketing agencies, and brands is to make sponsored content look pretty much as organic as possible, which is why a lot of the overt ads that you're seeing on TikTok look like regular videos. So for example, here's an ad that showed up on my TikTok feed for some AI cover song app generator thing, and at first glance, this just looks like somebody reacting to an AI song cover, which is the whole point. Even like just a few seconds of you believing that it's real, that makes you more likely to watch it than swiping away. If the entire ad looked like what shows up at the end of the screen, we'd all be way quicker to just swipe away from it and ignore it because it's an ad. But these kind of like low tier quick ads that they're just churning out to make a quick buck are a lot easier to spot than like seamless product integration with a top tier influencer or subliminal advertising. In the article, TikTok is full of shady secret advertisements by Vox reporter Sarah Morrison. She covers two big examples of this. One with Charli D'Amelio promoting Muse Water and Patrick Minor promoting Bang energy drinks. Now, neither one of these people replied to the comments from the journalists asking if they were actually being paid to promote these products, so we don't know for sure, but I think we can use our common sense and put two and two together that they are being paid. And in both of these examples, neither one of these creators labeled these videos as advertisements, and the latter just had the product sitting in the video and he didn't even acknowledge it directly. And I don't think it's too big of a stretch to assume that everybody involved, Charli, Patrick, Muse, and Bang, knew that these videos are going to perform better if they don't have any sort of clear markers that identify them as advertisements. awareness. Because cognitively, we're going to have a very different reaction to a product recommendation if we know that an influencer has been paid to recommend it, as opposed to it seeming like it's an organic recommendation. And these advertisers want the best bang for their buck, especially when it's top tier influencers that are charging like 5 or 6 figures per post. We also have to take into consideration that most creators aren't nerds like me who are interested in reading the FTC guidelines. And especially for the ones that may have just like stumbled into this or blew up because of one viral video, they may not even know what the FTC is or the legal landscape around influencing. Which, to be clear, isn't an excuse or anything. If you're going to be doing a job, you should probably look into making sure that you're doing it legally. But I can see how it might not even be like on your radar, especially when big brands are kind of encouraging or at least being complicit in this behavior. And also just based on how pervasive all of these unethical practices are, it's been kind of normalized in a way, and there are way too many offenders to punish everybody. So it's kind of like the wild, wild west where like it's only illegal if you get caught, and the majority of influencers are not going to get caught. So what can we do about this? Well, for starters, y'all can stop hyping people up when they're clearly trying to sneak advertisements into their videos or pulling these sort of gotcha tactics to sell you things. Like, I swear it blows my mind that people are doing that. Second, honestly, I think that like gently calling people out might actually help in making these creators aware of what they're doing. Even if it's like a simple comment like, hey, is this an ad? I don't see a cleared FTC disclosure. That might wake up creators to the unethical choices they're making. And if I'm being honest, in most cases, they're probably just gonna like hide your comment or delete it. But at least then you know for sure that they're aware of it and they're making these choices intentionally. And lastly, if you feel like it, start reporting people to the FTC fraud reporting portal. And I say that with an asterisk because part of me would feel really bad for some micro influencer who didn't know any better getting sued by the FTC. So maybe save that for like the mega influencers or the people that are doing it over and over again and clearly know, because I'm not trying to like ruin anyone's life. So yeah, those are my thoughts about undisclosed ads, and at least the ones I could boil down into a video, because I could talk about this for hours and hours and hours. I'm really passionate about this. And if you want to learn more, I'll be sure to link all of the sources that I talked about in this video so you can do some reading and learn a little bit more about this. Also, this is my first long form video on YouTube in a very, very long time. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about the setup, the lighting. Feel free to drag this video to pieces. I want all the feedback I can get. So yeah.